We have a quorum, Jeff, Jan, and Bettina. And call the meeting to order at 6:32. 6:31. So we have an agenda. Can we get a motion to approve the agenda?
I motion to approve the agenda.
Second?
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Um, Seeing that there's no public here besides our tech guy, do you have anything to say? What was your name? I'm sorry. Justin. All right, no public input today. Upcoming events. Uh, we just got this programming draft. Is that what we're looking at? Oh no, that's
Yeah.
later.
That's later. Do we
Okay.
approve minute? Oh,
Minutes are
attached. We have a calendar here
Yeah.
on the back side, and then minutes are.
Yeah.
oh, it's
Okay.
after upcoming events.
Yeah.
I know we're trying to go fast, but settle down over there. Just kidding. Um, and don't make me laugh because I'll cough. Are there any upcoming events? Please see the attached calendar for November events. Okay.
It's the
I should
holiday.
read the whole thing.
That's just the roller week. So here, this looks like it's a holiday event.
Yeah.
Over here.
And that's our next item too. Some of them are tentative still, so I don't want to put them formally.
Okay.
These are all formal.
Wow. It's like a lot of stuff. Way more than I used to do. Okay, anybody want to comment about the where are we? Oh, I'm looking at something else now. Wow, that was weird. Um, about the November events. Any discussion? Okay, moving right along. Now we're going to approve those minutes from 2 months ago. And they are on attached here. I didn't see anything wrong with them. So I will go ahead and move to approve the minutes from September 2024.
Okay, so second.
All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Hi, Elise.
Good. How are you?
Good. We're just about to adjourn.
No.
I'm just, I'm just kidding, but we are flying through, so I'm glad you came. I know. 6:31. So now we're on number 6. Nothing's really happened. You haven't missed anything. Number 6 is the holiday programming discussion. And I think that is the second handout. And would you like to lead us in that discussion?
Absolutely. So November, we wanted to focus on some partnerships. The Resource Center has some longstanding with Food for People, the Toy Drive, the fire department stepping in to help us kind of run some of those things this month. We've launched our skating packages, so I'd want to focus a little bit more on that in Parks and Recreation this month, which makes those partnerships really valuable for us. Moving into December, I think our biggest thing is we don't want to conflict with other cities' events. That's been a big issue previous years. So, keeping in mind with the Ferndale tree lighting and the Eureka Truckers Parade is the two big ones. We've had a hard time with how things are a little later this year, finding the right dates, and I'd love to get everyone's feedback on whether we should combine events or kind of figure out what works best when. As you can see, we have a lot of ideas. Some of them are fundraisers for a more overarching things like a movie night or a themed skate night where kids could make an ugly sweater or build a reef, those types of things. But our big thing is our tree lighting and holiday dinner, which worked out really well last year. I think a lot of people enjoyed it and they had great feedback for how we could improve that as far as the programming goes and the choir that we wanted to have there. And
Where was the holiday dinner?
The dinner was at Prash Hall. The tree lighting was at Town Square. And how it worked is we did a parade, we ended it at Town Square, lit the tree, and then a good majority of people walked or drove over to Prash and had dinner.
Oh, wow.
And so it worked out well, but we'd love to combine it or really tie the loose ends together this year with some of the feedback we received. But there also could be tying in with our horse story tour, which has been a really successful event as well and brings a lot of families to town. Whether we do it 2 separate nights or one is,
What did you call it? The horse story tour?
yeah.
Where's
Bettina's our lead on that event.
Winter Wonderland Horse Story Tour. The Winter Wonderland, where the horses are on the museum green and they're under these lit up
oh, neat.
tents, and then the children come in groups of 10 with their parents, and then they hear the story. Let's say it's Harry and the Snowman, so you hear about that horse that got sold at the auction and we
Aw.
bought him, and he ended up being a Grand Prix jumper. And then the kids get a little gift.
Oh.
Then they get their tour guide takes them to the next station, and they hear another horse story. And then
Oh, how cute.
there's 3 little lit up stations. Last year we had a mule, a donkey, and a horse. And so they learned that a mule was a combination of donkey and horse.
That's so
Fire
funny.
again. And then in the parking lot, there's a fire pit and some food, and some of the schools do food or bake sales or
It was a
whatever.
good turnout.
Yeah.
Wow, great. What day did you do that
Parks
on?
and Rec.
Like middle of the month or?
No, it was the weekend after the trucker parade.
17th or 18th last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, because we didn't want to conflict. So this year we were thinking it had to be on the 21st, which is also the solstice. And so Darcy has a story about this horse. I won't tell you the whole thing, but she always has kids in her station. And so their job is to do research about solstices around the world and what people do to light things up. And so they're not only going to present some of that, but then their horse is going to light up at the end because it is the night of the solstice. It's the darkest day of the year.
Wow.
Lovely.
Yeah, so it'll be a special evening. That's as far as things have gotten this year.
So the 21st you're hoping for?
Yeah,
Okay. And
because
Christmas is on a
because
Wednesday, so that's
the weekend before I don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday is the trucker parade, and then Sunday is the Ferndale one. So the Eureka one or the Ferndale one is on either one of those other 2 days on the weekend before.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll work out.
Well, if you
It'll work out.
find some sort of solstice thing, you might where's the equinox, right? No, so it's
Solstice.
winter.
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, if you threw a little pagan energy into that, you might get some folks to come out. You know, for like if there was even maybe some special solstice aspect to the whole thing, you might pull some people in for that.
Yes, because I don't think anyone has a particularly solstice focused event. Yeah.
Like, there's some summer solstice and some equinox things that happen, like everything at moonstone and whatnot, but I don't know of any winter solstice stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know who you would maybe try to hook up with.
Like Marty Granger knows a good amount about solstice. I've seen her write about it before.
Definitely into astrology, but I'm thinking not just Marty here locally, but there might be some groups, there might be some other groups that get pretty excited about solstice that would, do a little mini festival-ish kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of who that would be at the moment.
Provide us with some music or something, like some special thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe some ceremony,
Yeah.
maybe something tribal, maybe something.
Mm-hmm.
Travel would be cool.
Maybe something with the fire and the fire pit or something. Who knows? At a certain time,
Mm-hmm.
or something in the park. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I take my kids, my family to it, and I really like it. It's the horror story is really cute, and the kids really enjoy it. So yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of having the fire area over here and then food. Um, I don't know. Like last year we have like hay and stuff to sit on around the fire.
Yeah. At the Winter Wonderland out here was kind of the bonding fire pit area.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It seems like it's pretty. The food, the one like food, and then maybe beer or something like that. I don't know if that's a good idea because it's a family thing, but
Yeah. We always have that. And we
always
make
the beers.
mulled wine for the
That's right.
adults.
That's right.
Yeah.
Beer for the kids, mulled wine for the adults.
Yes.
And
Kids,
then the
kids
kids,
can't handle the whole wine.
there's usually a booth that does a bake sale and some hard, not like hot cider and hot chocolate
Okay.
for the kids. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you planning to have vending in Prash Hall again?
We would like to, depending on how much crash hall would be utilized for different activities. We had somebody last year who builds a gnome land for little toddlers and preschooler aged kids,
Hmm.
but she only could do so much with the time that she had last year. She said this year, with proper notice, she'd like to grow that. So I'm hoping we can get a hold of her this month and see what her vision is.
So like a little gnome village that kids can go in and take pictures and stuff? That'd
Exactly.
be adorable.
She said if you've seen the party room in there, she could do it in that side or the hallway side of Crash Hall where people kind of sit and put on their skates
Mm-hmm.
is about the size she's looking for. Um, but I'm wondering with the dinner wise, if we held the dinner as part of the tree
Oh.
lighting, kind of where that would go. If that would be in Prash Hall itself. We talked about a choir last year singing at Prash, so that might be good entertainment to loop in with a dinner.
Yeah.
Um, but
The
figuring
Blue
out how
Lake
the puzzle
Women's Choir?
pieces. Was that?
The Blue Lake Women's Choir?
There was a few of them. We were gonna book them in different time slots,
Hmm.
a few
Oh,
different
I see. Okay.
schools.
So sorry, can you help me out? So there's gonna be out here is gonna be the horse story time, and then
Hmm.
in the Prash Hall there's gonna be food.
We're thinking that would be the dinner part if we didn't have food trucks. In the years past, we've done like La Barca or Los Giles.
Mm,
Um, but the dinner is a great fundraiser for Parks and Recreation. That followed the tree lighting
gotcha.
last year. So if we could tie it in again somehow with the horse story tour, that would be
Was
awesome.
was the dinner catered?
It was Haywan's chefs that helped us out.
Oh,
They've
okay.
opened a new restaurant, so they're pretty busy right now called Froth in Arcata. So we've talked with a few other people that are willing to help us pull off the event again.
Broth?
Froth, near Old Blondie's location.
Oh, they have.
Oh.
They have.
Hmm.
What
Mm-hmm.
is it? A restaurant?
It'll be one. I think they're going to open in a month or two, but a breakfast, lunch, casual spot that still
Oh,
serves alcohol and
okay.
live entertainment.
So, is how many people did you have attend that dinner last time, and what's your target to make that a successful?
Our target last year was 100 people when we got like 110, which
Oh,
was awesome.
okay.
And I think even we were like, wow, the
Yeah.
community showed, and they certainly did walk from the tree lighting or kind of move in that group of, hey, you're going, sure, I'll go too type of thing. So most people bought tickets at the door and then were served their plate of food and then dessert.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, figuring out if that would work well into one event would be great feedback one way or another because we still have some other weekends open if we wanted to parcel things out, but I don't know what would work best.
Was the dinner served on the skating rink area?
Yeah, with the round tables we borrowed from the fire department.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. Fancy.
So what happens if the horse story tour kind of gets rained on?
Rain or shine.
It happens.
Yeah. One
But then
time
do
it
you
was
have
torrential rain, and I think we
Oh,
did it the next day. Do you remember that?
I don't
And
know if I was
people
here.
still came, but it's rain or shine.
mhm.
Yeah.
It just seems like, if it is terrible weather, maybe more stuff can happen in Prash Hall. Like if like the fire circle gets rained out, there's somewhere to go. Um, I don't
That's a
know.
good idea.
Yeah, you're definitely rolling the dice on December 21st.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
It mostly works. I've noticed.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
mostly works out.
Always come. Yeah.
So you'd like us to give you some direction on that, or
That would be great. The other date we were looking at was Sunday, December 15th, which is the day after the Eureka's Trucker Parade, with the hope that we could have some outreach to get those trucks coming to Blue Lake for our mini parade. Last year it was the same day as theirs, and so we did have people do a double dipper and stressed them out that they were generous to come here and show off their truck. this year we figured maybe the day after is better, but I have noticed other cities have the same idea and book events that day too.
Oh yeah.
Trucks.
Oh.
I know. So
Hmm.
I wasn't sure kind of what direction we wanted to go with that, but your feedback definitely was important for me to move forward and finalizing our calendar.
Seems like it seems like that's a lot to try to cram into one day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the horse story tour has been real pretty close to Christmas most of the time, right?
20.
So that so I'm not worried about the 21st being too close to Christmas. And I think with this, if you try to combine the solstice and the horse story tour, that might be a really nice combination.
Mm-hmm.
But I think to try to get the dinner
Mm-hmm.
that too, it might, I don't know, would that be too much?
I could talk with my staff. I know we want to do a bingo night for sure and another barn dance. I think those were two really great events. Um, whether December's too quick to pull it off, I don't know. I think I may have put a bingo night in here somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I saw it.
Bingo at Prash or
Bingo at a Prash Hall
Mhm.
with a kind of a dinner aspect involved. If people wanted to add an extra portion to their ticket,
uh
the add on, they would get the dinner with the tickets. Um,
Um, Back to the horse story tour.
mhm,
For as far as the food goes, like for me personally, I really enjoy being outside by the fire. And so
mhm,
like if it's a dinner, I don't it's not appealing to me to go inside Prash Hall with my kids because now I got to wrangle my kids. So if it's like decent weather and the dinner can be served outside, that would be
mhm.
desirable from my perspective. I don't know if a lot of people would be on the same page with that, but it's kind of nice to be out where all the action's happening. You can see the horse stuff going on. You can just kind of be out and about. Um, so I don't know if it's is there a reason why we'd want to serve it in Prash Hall?
Maybe just the sit down aspect. We had a lot of people ask last year for to go plates,
Mhm.
which we didn't expect, but we just got out, the paper plates and started loading them up. Um, that might be kind of an alternative as the to go option.
Or could we arrange the tables like could we shut off the street and put tables in the street or do something like that too if the
Mm-hmm.
like I said if the weather was decent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
indoor, outdoor seating options for both.
Yeah, that'd be
Would
Yep.
cool.
kind of string some lights up to create the ambiance there would be
Or just
easy.
have, instead of catering it, just have some food trucks down there by the horse stories.
Mhm.
But then would we the
The
If you
fundraiser
don't want to
part of
do
it.
the
Oh,
fundraiser on the same night.
that's oh.
Hmm. The alternative of
At least I
maybe
was thinking
hosting it
that would
another
might be too
day.
much on the same night.
Well, what I think it might not be too much, depending. Like one of my concerns about having the vendors over there last time was that it seems so separate from what was happening here. And like you say, people are focused here and around the fire and doing
Yeah.
different things here. So I feel like if we can do everything in one place, I think everybody gets more play and it's kind of a more successful event overall.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So I
Will
thought
it
about,
go
putting
round
either putting horses
horse
over there,
or
you know, I don't know if that's even possible, having the horse booths in front of Crash Hall and have, maybe have the fire here, or I don't know if there's a different fire kind of area in the park that could work.
There might be, because the fire pit tends to go on the concrete, and in front of Darcy's, there's the huge pad, or it could work well there.
But I mean, my thought is to get everybody in
Uh-huh.
one place because I think people get,
Yeah, I like that better too.
and if
Hmm.
there's vendors, then you only have to go 20 feet to the vendors instead of across the dark street and what's going on over there
Yeah.
kind of
That's a
question.
great point.
And then we got the
And you could
serving
use
booth down there.
certain areas
oh,
of the
not
park
back
for
here.
those horse stories.
Could we go a little wrap around City Hall a little more?
Yeah,
And could maybe
absolutely.
the gnome lady be in here? I don't know.
I think she
That way
could.
she's like part of it
Hmm.
too.
Yeah.
She has like a little following. Yeah,
Is she?
yes. Yeah, it's super sweet.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
I think
That'd be really cute.
I think that's a really good idea. Like you're saying, keep it centralized. Hasn't in the past the fire been right up here?
It's been right here, and
Yeah.
then we kind of
It's
coordinate the
up by
vendors
the
and then the
library.
Yeah, yeah,
the
that's
liquor
what I was thinking.
line.
But
Yeah, why don't
tables
we
could
do
be
the
set up all around, like
and the
even amongst the
horses?
vendors, and then they could circle around,
Is that enough space for your three
bustling people.
horse areas?
Yeah, because the horses are across on the museum green. The museum
Oh,
ladies
okay.
let us. So they meet at the first station where they get their sack their treasure sack, and then the tour guide takes them up
Oh,
to
okay.
start the tour, so they're not left on their own.
I got you.
Yeah, and then they bring them back to the parking lot, back to the Santa in his sleigh, and then up to the library to check out books or get a library card, and then they mill around
And then they'll go across
and
the
get
street
food or
for
whatever.
food.
Well, or if it's here,
Oh, you're talking about
and
the food being here.
yeah, it like you were
Everything.
saying,
Everything
you
being
put
here.
the
Yeah.
Oh,
tables
okay.
up here and set them out,
Oh,
make them
yeah.
really beautiful,
Oh, I
and
thought
then
the horses were up
wrap it
here. Okay.
around with some vendors and light it all up
I like that idea.
or
Oh,
something.
And
yeah.
I don't know if it's like it makes sense to me, but you would know better than me, obviously. If the city's trying to make money, Parks and Rec's trying to make money off this, I think it's a really good night to tap into because, like I said, I know I'll be here. I have family visiting. Everybody's gonna have their family down here and kids, and we're not gonna want to go make food. So like whatever's here, we're gonna buy.
Mm-hmm.
So it just seems like it's a captured audience. You'll have people who want to buy food and eat.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be a good chance for the
What
city
time
to
do the
make money.
horse stories? Is it a Saturday? Is this a
It's
Saturday?
a Saturday.
Okay, so you do it like at noon or something like that,
Um,
or
At nighttime.
last year it was
oh,
like 4 to 8
oh,
or
okay.
something like that, but we could come up with the time.
So it's
We,
dark when they're doing the horse
Yeah,
stories.
it's
yeah,
Okay.
the first tour is at like 5, so people have time to mill around and see what's here and get their ticket for what tour they're going on.
it's really cute. The
And
lights are on. It's cute.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and definitely like the idea of having everybody in one place. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe you could do something super. I mean, I don't know what you could do. You know, burritos,
Quick
fried
and
chicken. You
simple.
could do like a fried chicken picnic. I mean, something where you can set up a
Mm-hmm.
tent and you can be bringing the food here and selling it by the plate or
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Do you guys envision the tree lighting also combining with that in the parade?
Where's the tree?
The trees at Town Square.
Okay.
Um, and then the parade loops around from the brewery and does its standard lap
It's easy to do that early, like a
earlier in the
week or two
day.
after
I think it's too
Thanksgiving.
late on the 21st.
So
Yeah.
doing that
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah, because and if it's not a huge event, if it doesn't have the big dinner production, then it's easier to just have it by
Mm-hmm.
itself, you
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
and have the festivities up at
At
the
Town
tree
Square.
light. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So maybe the 15th, trying to get some trucks from Eureka, and that would be a good tree lighting
Yeah.
day and parade.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Or what about doing it earlier than that? Like just having the tree lighting be the first weekend of December.
That one is somebody's December 1st, Ferndale, and Arcata's maybe the first weekend too.
Oh, they're
On
all
that,
doing tree lighting.
yeah.
Yes.
But too, if we're not trying to make money on a tree lighting thing,
Mm-hmm.
then it doesn't really matter if there's a bunch. It's more of a something for our town and our, in the Blue Lake folks.
Yeah, I'm thinking in terms of parade wise, trying to get people involved in the parade. We did get some good groups last year, the Green Diamond truck and everything, and some larger construction trucks that got lit up.
Hmm.
Um,
Do you
Couple
reach
of
out to
I,
the folks that also do the Any Mary Day parade?
yeah, all those groups. That was a big long list this year. We've pulled from all the chambers
Hmm.
minutes over the years.
have some
And it,
lawnmower drivers in that
mm-hmm,
parade dressed up. Some local.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just talked about bringing out his tractor and doing hay rides.
Good. The thing about partnering the dinner with the tree lighting is it is a good fundraiser for us to kind of offset some of the costs because lights do have to get replaced some years and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. Or the feel good activities for kids, design your own ornament thing cost us money. Um, but if we could pair a dinner on the 15th too, that might be good, similar to last year's layout of the tree lighting, the parade, and coming back here. I like your idea though of keeping people in one spot or not having to move too far.
It also says a baking competition or a bake sale fundraiser. Is that something that we want to do in conjunction with the horse story tour?
That was a open idea. We had the school possibly say that they could do it, and then they
Mhm.
backed out with another event.
Oh,
So
really?
I was thinking the museum would be a good.
Oh, last year they backed out?
This year
Oh,
they
did you
approached us.
just talk to them recently?
Austin had told me they were first planning on doing the bake sale with us, and then they couldn't do it anymore. But maybe that's for one date and not the other.
Oh, oh,
Our concern was Parks and Rec between Austin and I. We didn't want to be in charge of the bake sale. It would be
no.
great if another group wanted to take that on and mesh it into one of these events.
If they don't want it, I might have a group
Okay,
that could do it.
great.
Oh, because I just talked to Corey yesterday. She said she was going to confirm with the 8th grade teacher.
Okay.
So, uh, can I let you know?
Yeah,
Oh,
let me
okay.
know.
What is a bake sale? I mean, I know you're baking things and selling them, but so the idea that one group brings a bunch of baked goods in, puts it on a table, and people pay whatever they want to pay for, is that how it works?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Get donated baked goods and sell them.
And then who gets the profit on that?
And that's usually, well, Blue Lake School, or we've had 4-H do it in the past too. I mean, maybe a class from my school would want to do a booth too. You know, you have to, there's a lot to that.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm coaching basketball, and I'm thinking it'd be like a good fundraiser for the. I coach the Blue Lake team.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
If it's
Oh,
like something we could get the parents to just
Oh,
try to get people to volunteer some cookies or yada yada yada. We could make
Mhm.
some money to pay for the sweatshirts and stuff.
if
Absolutely.
the 8th grade teacher doesn't say yes,
Okay.
okay.
what grade do you got down there?
I'm coaching the fifth and sixth grade girls team. That
Oh.
they don't have the older girls team going. I'm going to coach the seventh and eighth grade boys team, and maybe the sixth and fifth grade boys team too.
Nice.
Yeah,
What level are you teaching at?
I teach at Eureka High PE.
Oh, Eureka High.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was coaching there. Now I'm taking a break. My kids go to Blue Lake, so I'm coaching over there. But it would be
Nice.
fun. I don't know. There's a lot of really involved people and stuff, and it'd be fun to try to like get them.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds great.
Awesome.
I'll let you know about that teacher.
Cool.
Okay, I'll talk to Corey, and then I guess Emily could let
Touch
you know.
base.
Could let you know.
Great. And just looking, the last idea was a fun run around New Year's Day. We thought either partnering with the last group that just did a fun run here would be great. Or Six Rivers Running Club, maybe them. But there was gosh, 300 kids in the park, and it was awesome. But we figured they'd have a lot of connections to help advertise a run here.
What about the Run for Glenn's daughter? Does that have a date that they're going to be doing it consistently on, or was that a one-off?
That was organized by Bill Strand. They did do that Mother's Day, but
Okay.
I could reach out and ask if it's something in Glen too
Okay.
that they'd like to revisit.
And then the Santa. Do we want to have a Santa here? Is that like lined up?
We have a Santa in our staff that's happy to be Santa, but if Bettina or other people have recommendations,
At the story tour, it's
yeah,
Rick.
cool.
Willits?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own Santa suit and
He
this
does. He must have
really
a motorcycle.
special belt that he got from some, like, it's amazing. Yeah, I think his mom maybe made that suit or something.
Oh,
Yeah, it's super special.
it's cute.
Santa confirmed already.
Great.
Awesome.
For
Good
the
to know.
story tour.
Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Santa that nobody else got him. So
Oh, yeah.
that's
So
good.
the only other thing that we might want to put underneath that, sorry, I'm obviously really excited with the horse story tour tonight. Not gonna be here.
Yeah.
The only other thing is like James doing that hay bale ride,
Hayride.
because James always saying that he's gonna do it, and I think he kind of would like, or shouldn't be volunteering for it, but he always mentions it.
Yes.
That would be great because we had Glenn last year do the lawn mower rides, but he
Yeah.
just had a knee surgery.
Oh, he
So
did
he
have.
might be
Oh,
out
good.
of commission this year, and they were really popular. All night kids were going, and he only could take 2 or 3 kids at a time.
Mhm.
James has a big rig that
Yeah,
he could put kids on.
Mm-hmm.
that'd be fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he has been wanting to do that.
Yeah.
You could even like he could like take the kids and like start picking down and like where they start or something. You know, if you had they were over here and then you get on the thing and then they go down to where they start the
Mhm.
horse tour or something.
Yeah, you could do little loops and just bring them back.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So
Um,
the Saturday, November 30th, is that the Saturday after Thanksgiving?
Yes. I
The
was
Grange Holiday Market?
I was curious if they're doing that. That was a date they had last year.
They usually do it every year. They have been,
Okay.
I think, for a long time. What do you think about the parade? A little funky parade and tree lighting after that?
That would be awesome. Any way to tie in, which day is that?
It's a Saturday,
The
the 30th. That's like jumping right on that Christmas train.
Mm-hmm.
But that might be fun. And combine two events, get some folks to come out and shop at the little holiday market
Mm-hmm.
and then do the parade. I don't know.
Let me see what they're thinking of that day. Um, and their breakfast is the first Saturday of every month, right?
Second Sunday.
Second Sunday.
Second Sunday of the month.
Make sure I have.
And before I forget to tell you, there's going to be a community potluck this Saturday from noon to
Okay.
3 or 4.
So you said Saturday?
Yeah.
Where at?
At the Grange.
What time is that?
Starts at noon, and I think it goes to 3, possibly 4, but maybe it's 3.
Awesome.
I don't have the. Actually, I can look it up.
and then where do most of the citizens of Blue Lake hear about this stuff?
We've been doing the Facebook posting, the flyer posting. Now I've started posting on Lost Coast Outpost with
Okay.
the calendar
The
there,
calendar?
the lowdown,
Okay.
which has seemed to make a good difference.
Really?
We're trying to find new mediums
Yeah.
as people move
I
off.
miss a lot of stuff, and I'm in this council, and I still like. We came home for the
Absolutely.
Halloween um, block party.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was happening, and that was like super fun. We ran down there and dressed up and had like a good time, but we didn't know that was happening. I'm like, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm not good at like
I
following
don't
stuff.
follow
That's a
Facebook.
separate event. There were the businesses there that put it on, but this year things were a little bit caught up quickly. Looked like.
Hmm.
And always a sign at the roundabout, but we got to ask the school.
Mm-hmm.
But she's always pretty open to community events with family. Yeah.
Gotta ask the school for a sign at the roundabout?
Mhm.
Well, if you're putting it, yeah,
Is
if
that their
you're
property?
putting it, yes,
Yeah.
where the big Blue Lake sign is, you
Yeah.
have to ask
Okay.
Deanne. Yeah.
Okay. But she would support
A
something like a community
family.
event.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. Any more discussion about the holiday programming? Do you need anything else? Is
I,
that
I think
helpful?
that's super helpful. Thank you all for your feedback.
Okay.
There's a lot of ideas, but needed some
Kind of had it.
brains to bounce them off of.
Yeah.
So Saturday, that potluck is from 12 to 4, and soup
Awesome.
and bread will be provided, and people are being asked to just bring whatever. And we had one in the Parago Park in August, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. So thank you. Um, we'll go on to Friends of the Park program discussion. This is still on our agenda. Haven't really figured that one out yet, huh?
Yeah, I wanted to revisit. I believe was it you and Chris that was on a ad hoc. So I wanted to revisit before spring gets here and see if there's anyone interested in joining, or we'll have to go out for another commissioner. Um, but we'd love to get that program going. We got a lot of volunteers today down at the bike park, 30 or 40 people who helped get the asphalt on and get paved. But keeping those people involved would be really beneficial, and the kiddos too. We found a lot of our after school kiddos that come and do our drop in also want to learn a little bit more about how to care for the park or what things they could do to improve their resumes, and
Yeah.
thought it would fit nicely. I have the binder still in my office. If people want to look at it and see what's been done in the past, but it doesn't look like the program's really been active since 2018 or so.
What year did you start here?
2019.
Okay. So you've never supervised it or
No, I came and shadowed Nathan for a while, and
yeah.
I remember the dog park. We got some people to help out, but it was never a formal thing at that point.
Right.
The old crows have been awesome though, stepping in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are either one of you two interested in working on that?
No, I'm not. I'm not exactly sure what it is, and I'm kind of like full with the coach and stuff. But it's organizing people who would volunteer time to go do certain things at the park.
Yeah, yeah. Maintenance stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. But I'm trying. I don't know who.
And Bettina's probably too busy too.
With the horse arena. We
Yeah.
work on
Mhm.
maintaining that quite a
But
lot.
crows that is that not something that they would want to do or
They have an email list, so they've helped out when people need tasks before, but I'm also not in that email list anymore. So a good contact would be nice for me to know kind of who's in charge
Of the old crows.
of the old crows.
Maybe Bart.
Bart.
Rick Willis is an old crow.
Okay.
Right.
Check in with him.
So isn't
Merritt.
Bartholomew?
Yeah.
Right.
John Bartholomew.
Yeah.
It was a Google Groups link they used to send out with the emails,
Mm.
but that's how I've seen them volunteer and they've come out and helped.
Okay, are you gonna go around town and try to find another recreation commission person?
No. Well, as you all know, we had an election yesterday, and the results are not completely final yet.
Right.
So I think, I don't know. I think that there's probably not going to be. There's going to be one more regular council meeting before the new council members will be sworn in at the beginning of December. I think there's going to be a meeting December 17th. Um, and so that's when the new folks will get sworn in. And we are going to have a special meeting next Tuesday, the 12th, and then our regular meeting will be the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Um,
So
and anyway, so that's what the
24th.
council's got going on. But um, I think as far as me recruiting another commissioner, I think maybe it's a good idea to kind of wait till the election kind of settles out and
Okay.
see. We might have some folks that want to jump on um, after things get settled. So we've had a tremendous amount of turnaround or turnover on all the commissions. It seems like we're appointing commissioners every other meeting,
Mm.
and so anyway, personally, I'm just kind of like thinking it's not a bad thing to have four commissioners for a minute, and then when things get settled, we can find number five.
Number 5, yeah.
Gotcha.
But it was great that you answered the call. I came knocking.
I have a hard time saying no. Don't tell anyone.
We're being recorded. This is public meeting.
James may be interested too in Friends of the Park
Okay.
because he loves to bond and connect with people. So he might be good when he gets back from vacation.
Okay. All right. We'll revisit that then. Are there any announcements that anyone has?
I have one. I received resignation from Chris Fire. I'll read it. Uh, Emily Wood, Blue Lake Parks and Recreation. With this letter, I wish to inform the City of Blue Lake and the Parks and Recreation Commission that I am formally submitting my resignation from the Parks and Recreation Commission due to my recent appointment as a member of the Blue Lake City Council. I look forward to further serving the interests of the Parks and Recreation Commission during my tenure as a council member. Kind regards, Christopher Fire. So,
So he couldn't do both.
yeah, you can't do
Right.
without. But with that, take it staff or council, not council, my bad. Commission advises I wait on posting the vacancy per se.
I mean, you can
Until the
certainly
election.
post it. I'm just thinking that
Okay.
if, in terms of an active recruitment,
Mm-hmm.
I personally just don't want to jump on that.
Okay.
And
You
also,
guys need one?
I texted my friend Paul. I don't know if you know Paul,
Mhm.
English Paul over there.
Oh,
But I don't know if he'll do it.
I'll think of some people too.
Great.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah.
Thanks for
and
spreading the word.
also in December, when the new council is sworn in, we mix up all of the
commission assignments, all the liaison assignments.
Oh, so you may
So
not even be the Parks and Rec
I
liaison.
might not, but maybe Chris would want to do that.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, that might be what, good
Okay.
fit for Chris. But I think it's kind of tradition to kind of mix it up a little. Some people stay on some of the same ones, but
Mm,
um,
Cool.
It would be interesting. I don't know. I don't know a lot of the things that are happening in Blue Lake. Um, but if we like the other like groups, I guess. But if we could get, I'm just thinking about the Crows because Paul's in the Crows. But somebody who's tied into something like that was also on a commission would be nice because
Hmm.
then they'd have like a
Mhm.
direct line and can
Yeah.
help with some things.
that's a great idea.
Maybe I'll ask a crow.
And
I'll
then
ask Rick.
uh, we were talking about who's the head of the Crows. Apparently Bart. I think somebody mentioned
Yeah.
his name, but Paul's saying that's
John.
the head
Yeah.
of the Crows if we're looking for that guy.
Awesome.
John Bartholomew. He goes by Bart.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's retired.
Yeah.
So
He
he was
probably.
our
Tax collector.
county,
I'll
right?
yeah,
ask him.
our
Yeah.
county tax
Okay.
Thanks.
collector.
So it was brought up by a member of the public at a recent council meeting that it would be a good idea to have a member of each of the commissions come to council meetings. And there's a member of the council that comes to each commission meeting, or there's a liaison assignment there. But I think the thought was that there's sometimes, we all we all perceive things differently, think about things differently, and so it might be nice if somebody from the commissions could come to those meetings and get a feel for what's going on the council level. And you might see some things going on that you think are valuable to your commission, um, that your liaison might not think about mentioning or involving you in. And so just having more of a cooperative and mutual understanding kind of a situation kind of forming, it would be nice, because it seems like a lot of the commissions are really siloed from the council in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be nice to kind of try to forge more of a connection and better understanding and cooperative work there. So that's just something to think about. I don't know if the new council is going to get excited about that or not. I'm a little
What's the
excited.
special meeting about on the 12th?
Um, it's predominantly about the power plant site, and
Oh,
yeah, and it hasn't been posted. There, it should get posted Friday, I believe. We'll see an agenda, but there's a company interested in buying a portion of that, and so
okay.
um, it's part of the whole uh, power thing, because the power plant has a grid interconnection that's very valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of the new thing, or the current energy environment, is that solar and other forms of power generation that only happen at certain times of the day don't supply a consistent amount of power or consistent source of power to the grid. And so battery storage is a big part of
Mm.
a lot of those systems. And so because there's not going to be a generation component to power at that site in the future, but
They
we,
might
we
store
have
it.
we have the potential to store power at that
Mhm.
site, and then just buy it when there's lots of solar generation, and then discharge it when there isn't. And that's so anyway, so there's potential for that to happen there, and there's a company that's interested in looking at that. So
Hmm.
that's,
Okay.
I think, essentially what that's going to be about.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And then the next meetings, they're going to be sworn in on the 17th. They
Correct.
actually have a meeting on Christmas Eve.
No, December 17th, we do not have a meeting on Christmas Eve.
Oh, I thought you said December 24th too.
No,
No,
it's going to
that's
be,
my bad.
no, our December meeting will be the 17th.
Okay.
But there is a meeting on, I think it's is it November 24th, the Tuesday? Sorry, not looking.
Oh, before that.
November
Okay.
20 something.
This month's meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna, the 26th,
Okay.
November 26th. And,
What time do they start? Time do they start?
The meetings 6:30 typically. I think well, yeah, 6:30.
Okay. All right. Any other announcements? Okay, let's move on to future agenda items. Um, winter programming.
Yeah, drop-in activities as the rain ramps up, some new ideas for indoor classes and things like that. We've started our after-school club and have talked today with RCMBA to host some bike workshops and things like that. We've reached out to Julie Venom to do some horse archery and
Oh, wow.
different unique things. But as the rain picks up, those options deduce a little bit
Yeah.
outside. But I think it'll probably be raining till February or March time, and it'd be great to ping some ideas.
Okay. Um, and then the master plan you're working on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd like to revisit that.
So these are going to be items on our January agenda or
December.
December agenda. And our next meeting is a month from 2 days ago, on the 4th. Is everyone going to be in town for that, you think?
I think so.
Say to me the date
The
again.
4th of December?
I may not be here on that day, actually.
Well, let's hope James is back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep that in mind that Bettina thinks she's out of town. Um, anything else? Anybody have anything else to share?
Excuse me. No.
Okay, so do I have a motion to adjourn at 7:17?
I will motion to adjourn at 7:17.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. And all in favor say yes.
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 Motion carries unanimously.
So, thank you all.